Hey, Jules Blessed Vegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are new, I know you can benefit. So this is kind of part 2 on basal metabolic rate. And this was based on an article. It's actually based on my curiosity. But I referenced an article called 5 Ways Restricting Calories Can Be Harmful through healthline.com. And I wasn't really looking for how restricting calories was harmful per se. I'm in no way going in the anorexic mindset. But I was really looking for how can I have a reasonable number of calories and still be in a deficit so that I can lose weight. And what my confusion was if that deficit was based on just standard height, calories, age, what are you allowed to have? Or if it was based on my basal metabolic rate as the floor, if you will, and then how much I can have above that. Or if I should even have any above that and how it affects me. So I'm melting, people. As usual, I'm melting and competing with the TV, but that's how it rolls around here right now. It's all good. It is very hot outside, and I just took care of all the animals, and I'm super proud. And then I was like, I gotta get into JPV. You guys are a priority to me as well. Okay, so yesterday, and I'll link this, in the description, yesterday's video, I talked about this article, and it referenced what makes up the calorie needs. And it said first was the basal metabolic rate, and that is just how many calories you need at all just for your organs to function. And one of the problems is when you don't get that base amount, your body has to start deciding which organs it wants to function. And obviously the heart is very important, the liver, kidneys, there's so many things, and the brain ultimately. But let's be fair, people can be in a vegetative state forever and their body can continue to function. So it becomes priorities. So you want to make sure that you're at least getting that base. So it says this refers to the number of calories needed to cover your basic functions, including the proper function of brain, kidney, hearts, lungs, nervous system. Then the digestion. Your body uses a number of calories to digest and metabolize foods. And finally, the physical activity and how much you actually work out. So then it went on to say, one of the problems with a deficit is it can lower your metabolism. Your body will happily accommodate reducing how much energy it's going to expel because of the fear of not meeting those basic needs. So it's kind of important to recognize that. Also, it says it can cause fatigue and nutrient deficiencies. I kind of think nutrient deficiencies, it's interesting to me. Obviously, if you eat less, you're probably not going to get a rainbow of vegetables. You're probably not going to get an array of greens or fruits, right? So there's no doubt. But some people who eat the same thing every single day are going to have a deficit as well. It's really important that we have a variety. So that was a little tricky to me, but I do get it. Less calories are less calories. It can reduce fertility, not my story at this time. It can weaken your bones, that's always a concern, especially for older people. And it can even lower your immunity, and obviously in this time of almost post-pandemic, but different things going on, people do want to protect their immunity. And I'm not saying in any way that you have to get a vaccine or flu shot or anything else. I just know that in the event that you're exposed to something, it'd be lovely if you could fight it by having a strong immunity. So that's what it was talking about. All right, but down at the bottom it said how to eat the right number of calories. And there was actually some calculators on here, and this interested me for sure. So first it was your basic metabolic rate. Again, how many calories does it even take for your body to function? And that's different than BMI. BMI is like which category you fall into based on your weight, whether you're considered underweight, whether you're just great or obese or grossly obese, that kind of thing. That's what BMI is. Also, how you once decide how many basic basal metabolic rate calories you need. Then you estimate what are the requirements to maintain your current weight. And there's a calculator for that. And then finally, somewhere in between there, you either continue to eat to maintain the weight you're at because you're at your weight that you want to be, or you decide how much you want to reduce your calories to form a deficit, because I absolutely understand the only way to lose weight is to form a deficit. Okay, I'm not confused, people, at all. Some people think I'm confused. I'm so sorry. I'm not confused. The reason that I was even looking into this is because I'm about to do a program that I'm focused on, and it was recommended that I eat between 14 and 1600 calories. I was not comfortable with 14 because it sets me up for inevitably binging or just saying screw this. 16 was comfortable, but I just wondered how it related to the basal metabolic rate. So when I looked at it, sorry people, I'm melting. I did a lot. I got all of my animals, all of my little dogs groomed, which was lovely, and took care of a lot of things in the house, and of course taking care of all the animals. It is super hot and windy, and so it's kind of double work when you're out there fighting the wind as well. I'm happy to do it, but I'm definitely hot. Bear with me. Okay. I am proud of myself for being on program, eating all my foods. I'm getting so much glorious fruit and vegetables. I mean, it is summer for us, right, in America. So there's an opportunity there, but I'm also getting in all my fluids, and I'm just really in a great place right now. And I thank you guys for your support. Okay, so using these two calculators, first I put in my current weight. And what it said with my current weight was that it's about 1,269 calories. Wait, sorry, no. I was going to say, wait, what? No, it's 1,750 calories. Thank you. For my current weight, it takes about 750 calories to do all my functions. And of course, it's going to be more than a smaller person. My body has to work way harder, right? So it's about 1,750 calories for all of my functions, okay? I put in my ideal weight, which I think is about 128. And when I get to about 128, my body, just to do all the functions at 128, same age, I'll probably be a year older, but around the same age and certainly the same height, that's what takes about 1,269 calories to do all the functions. So there has to be an awareness as the weight reduces that the calorie needs also reduces. Okay, so then it asks you, when you're just trying to see like what your overall plan is, how active are you? And I put in very active, which is certainly true during the school year. I always hit my 10,000. I got my rebounds going on, but I also put in less active, and I just wanted to get a sense of it. So this less active at my current weight was about 2,350 calories. 2,350 calories. That's what I would need to maintain my current weight. If I was active at all, it was about 2,650, and I'm just kind of rounding. It's actually 2,665 and 2,347. I'm just rounding. Okay, so it's about 400 calories more at the same weight, as presuming I'm active, to maintain my current weight. Okay, so then I looked at the weight I want to be. And so the weight I want to be, if I was semi-active, it would be about 960 calories. And if I was very active, it would be about 2,230 calories. So not quite 400 calories apart on that level where I would already be at weight. And again, it just matters. How busy are you? And ideally, when you have a sense of this, you can kind of waver in between that. That's what I was looking for. If people know my obsessive mind frame, if they know how incredibly crazy I get when I'm weighing and measuring food, and how much I pout and freak out if I've accidentally exceeded, or if I look at the needle and make sure that it's exactly on, and I play so many freaking head games. I mean, hello, I've been sick for a long time for a reason, okay? So I know for me to be healthy, I have to have a sense and allow a little forgiveness that I can still be successful with weight loss, even if I go over the presumed assigned amount of calories that were given to me, right? And those calories aren't given. They're really like, unless they did exactly this and analyzed each individual with all their background information and their height and their weight and their age and like all the things about them, they would be very specific in this way that I've been seeking. Obviously, they're dealing with 100 people and they give a general. And I so get that. I so get that. So that's why I wanted to do the homework myself to see what I was comfortable with. So what I'm saying with this is that presumably it's about 1,750 calories, and it's suggested that we not necessarily go below that, though you could certainly go a few calories below. And then you have the wiggle room of going all the way up to 2,600 calories, right? Almost 900 calories to maintain that weight, which is not my intention at all. I have no desire to maintain this. Then it gives you a sense of how much do you want to lose. So if I cut it back by 500 calories and put it down to just like 2,100 calories, then maybe I'd be losing about a pound a week. 5 times 7, 350, a pound a week. If I decide to go even further and cut it down by 700, 800, whatever, obviously there's a chance the weight would come off quicker. And if I certainly added additional exercise or movement, that of course would increase it as well. And so I believe when I get to 128, and that may not even be the number, for God, I don't want to be thinking like so many people who say, my happy weight is 155. My happy weight is 170. I'm glad you're comfortable, but it doesn't mean your organs are, right? It's like when people think, well, I can handle more medication. I should be able to take like 4 of those because I'm young and in shape. Well, kidneys and liver and all of that can only take so much. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how in shape you are. An organ is an organ is an organ, which I found out when I poisoned my kidneys, right? So I'm not going to play that game of saying that some padded fat on my organs isn't that bad. I'm going to go back all the way in the 1940s and stuff when people didn't, play the game, and they knew that almost every person on the planet at 5 feet was 100, and for each additional inch, depending on your bone structure, etc., it was between 3 and 5 calories for each additional inch, guy or girl. Like seriously, that's what they said, guy or girl. So I'm going with that. And so at 5'7", and I'm at best medium bone, and I might find out I'm small boned. I don't know. But let's just say that I was small boned, it would be between 121. Let's say I was medium boned, 135. So anyway, we'll see how God plays that, but I have to do the footwork first. God will do everything for us, but we are required to do the footwork. He just gives us the grace to even want to, and I definitely want to. So that was a lot, you guys, and thanks for helping me process it. I wasn't having any desire to play games. I already come from a very obsessive mind. And if I can ease my burden by saying, Julie, even if you exceed your 1,600 calories by this much, please know that you will continue to lose weight if you blank, blank, blank. I mean, I'm not going to hang out at the 2665 for active people. I'm not even going to hang out at the 2347 for semi-active people. I just wanted to make sure that I had a little wiggle room right there, and that I wouldn't be up till all hours beating myself up if I exceeded it. So at the end of the day, and praise God, there's always an end of the day. At the end of the day, the only thing I need to do is eat right? Honor my body by eating right, and the rest will follow. I'm all in for that. But I'm 2 years younger than God. I've been on the planet a long time. I have been through all of the gimmicks, and it's really hard to let all that go. I mean, think about it. I've honestly only been pursuing any of this for like 2.5 years. I only heard about raw vegan and stuff, 3 years ago. And I played these games for 50 plus years of my life. So forgive me if it's going to take me a moment to get over these habits. I'm trying to find the better way. All right, my friends, that's it. Like if you like, join us. If you haven't subscribed, let me know in the comments below what you think about that. Eating above that basal metabolic rate. Do you struggle with weighing and measuring and all those little gimmicks? Do you know my nightmare? I'd love to know in the comments below. And until we talk again, best of all, because of the opportunity and diversity and chances of change in a healthy direction on this planet, all for our taking, consider yourself blessed. I know I do.